Yeah,
And
that's
just try
something
to.
yeah, that's something you probably thought, "Oh, that'll never happen."
Okay, well, one reason why was because I used to be a fit model in a younger, thinner life for the same company. And so, the basis of the fit of these jeans were if Yolanda complained that they were too tight. At that point, I think I was a size 6. So size 6 Yolanda complained that they were too tight. So they were probably really squeezing me into a size 4. And then the whole size range then was based on it's Yolanda's preference.
The Yolanda factor.
Yeah, yeah, which is ridiculous. So, what you're saying now to be able to prototype these and see them and look at pocket placement, design lines, seam placement on a variety of sizes is so important.
Very much so, absolutely. I never thought I'd be again, I said I make pretty things. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a philanthropist, I'm not a lawyer. What can I give back to the world? I can make pretty things. That's one of the inspirations behind teaching is that I can give that back. And again, full circle, I'm having a positive effect on the environment. Huge, huge thing, and very important to us here at CLO. It is one of our missions to do this.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. Thank you all for doing that. And as you mentioned, you are a teacher, you're an educator, and you're at both sides. You're directly working with students in some cases, but then you're also educating educators. And
Right.
so, what are some of the challenges that instructors and faculty face incorporating 3D technology into their programs and curriculum?
Honestly, I think the biggest challenge is the apprehension of those who have experience in the industry. Instructors at fashion schools are usually, in most cases, adjunct professors who are still working in fashion in some way. So there's a apprehension because there's a misunderstanding as to what exactly CLO does. So one of the things that is most important for me is that when I'm teaching a group of new instructors, and I don't know how else to say this, they're old like me and like, they're of our generation. Okay. They're apprehensive because they don't, technology can be challenging for them. I love technology. You love technology, but some people don't, and that's fine. And they also think that CLO is something that's going to replace them. And I said this before, CLO is just a tool. Without their knowledge, this tool is not, you can't fix whatever you're trying to fix with this tool. So when I have these instructors, I say to them, please share with me how we would do this in the real world. And I'll show you how to parallel that to what we're doing with these virtual tools. I said, because when CLO got started, they spent so much time asking designers, what do you need to make this work for you? Without true real life designers, technical designers, CLO wouldn't be where it is today. So it's that knowledge that is most important. And that's usually the biggest hurdle that I have to overcome. Is the resistance to technology and the worry that it is a replacement for who they are. And once I get past that, I think that it becomes a very symbiotic relationship. They share with me, I share with them, and I can understand. I have them teach me because I am not a fashion designer or pattern maker. So I have worked with a couple pattern makers in the past. We have other designers at CLO that are very good with pattern making. So I have resources, but I have them teach me as I'm teaching them and saying, this is how you would add a dart here in CLO. And this is why in CLO, it doesn't keep the fabric, it cuts the fabric when you make a dart. But here's how we put that. And they go, and then they say, oh, okay, I understand. So that's the biggest challenge. And I'm humbled to say in most cases, I'm able to get them past that because I get it. There's not everyone has the same understanding as I do. And it's my job to help them succeed. And I will be with them every step of the way. When you purchase a license with Clo, whether it is through for an academic institution or an industry partner or an enterprise client, what you really get is our full support. We're here to help you every step of the way. I'm a bit obsessive about answering emails. I like to keep that, I don't like to see that red dot on my email that I've got something there. So I always answer almost right away just so that I don't forget. Right. And that to me is the thing. People think, Jim, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I do for me because otherwise I'm going to forget. So and once we get past that apprehension and they know that I'm here to help them every step of the way, it goes pretty well.
Oh, that makes sense. And it's really great to have industry partners who are offering products like Claude for academics to partner with. It's so important. So important. What advice would you give students or young designers who are out there either getting ready to enter the industry or in the industry?
This goes back to understanding all the tools. But I think in this case, maybe we turn it the other way. Young designers nowadays, they all work on computers, right? They are born with a computer or an iPad in their hands. But go back and understand we would refer to as the old school ways, put a pencil to paper, cut a pattern, understand, reverse engineer a garment in real life, and then use them all. Put them all in your toolbox. Okay. Have tried all the tools. That to me is the most important thing because when it comes down to it, let's suppose you don't have technology. Your power goes out or something, or you don't have a Wi-Fi, you don't have your computer, sketch in a sketchbook to get an idea out. Those type of things don't ever go out of style because I always believe it starts with pencil and paper. Okay. I don't think it's the only way, but I think it starts there. And so you can't really succeed without having a full understanding of all the tools. And for new designers, it's not surprising that they know how to use Photoshop and Illustrator, and maybe they use Clo, and that's great. But I would think nowadays, coming out of school and being able to say, hey, I can draw a fashion flat by hand, I can draw it by Illustrator, I can do a fashion sketch in watercolor or markers. People would look at that and go, that's pretty cool that they know all of these things. Person is serious. And like anything else, you're learning something new, which is never a bad thing.
I so appreciate that because that really aligns with what my philosophy has always been developing fashion curriculum is that you teach it both the manual by hand, analog, whatever you want to call it, method, but also the digital. I've been an early adopter of technology my whole life, but having that understanding only too is really important.
And I think that those manual techniques, again, if you know how to cut a pattern, you can be successful in Clo. If you know how to draw a flat in Illustrator, you can draw a pattern in Clo using a similar tool. So if you can draw a sketch of a pattern on a piece of paper, you can put that in Clo and trace it and get a pattern. It all relates. The best tool for the best solution.